Golf Central, brought to you by TaylorMade.
Gary Williams, happy to be with you here on Golf Central. You know, Collin Morikawa turned professional last June, and he won the Barracuda Championship in just his sixth start as a pro. A couple weeks ago, he won his second event at the Workday Charity Open in a playoff over Justin Thomas. Yesterday, roughly 20 miles from where he went to college at Cal Berkeley just over a year ago, he left there. Well, he produced a final round that is going to stand among the best in recent memory at the PGA Championship. And our own Todd Lewis sat down with the 23-year-old to reflect on his very historic day.
Here with the champion at TPC Harding Park. And Collin, it was an important first hole for you today in a lot of aspects. Can you describe what happened?
Yeah, we got off to a weird start all week. You know, I'm going to shout out to La Cañada. I grew up there. My parents still live out there. That was never said properly. And then, no, you know, I'm not hating on the starter, whoever it was, but they switched the W at Morikawa with an M, so Morikawa. So we got off to a great start. Everything worked out in the end, but I'm happy to be here.
At what point today, and if it's on the golf course or off the golf course, did you allow yourself to take a breath and say, I'm a PGA champion?
I haven't. I don't think it's sunk in because this morning, you know, I woke up and it just felt like this is my time to do it. You know, if you are in contention with 9 holes left, why not, you know, close it out? You know, obviously there was a big party of us at 10 under when I was roughly on 12 when I looked at the leaderboard. But, you know, I knew something special was going to have to happen. And why not that be you? You know, the chip in on 14 was huge. Obviously the drive on 16. But, you know, I had to make the putt. If I didn't make that putt and I made birdie, a 1-shot lead is a lot different with 2 to play than a 2-shot lead.
You know, I've followed you for the last year and a half now, and I've seen you really step up when you needed to, whether it's birdieing 4 of your last 5 holes to win the Barracuda, whether it's topping JT after he knocks in a 50-footer in a playoff, and obviously the shots that you hit today when you needed to. Walk me through your mind and your will when you need something done and you get it done at such a young age.
Yeah, there's just a lot of belief. You know, whether it was Barracuda or Workday this week, you know, you have to step on that first tee being ready and prepared and not letting anything else get to you. Every shot's going to matter. Every shot counts, no matter if it's a 1-foot putt or a 300-yard drive. You know, it all adds up. And, you know, for me to come out to these final rounds and have some really good low rounds to close off these events, I think it shows something. I don't think I even realize it, and I haven't really figured out what it is. But I just feel like this is where I belong. This is where I want to be.
I want to go back to your childhood days. You've been working with Rick Sessinghaus on your swing, but he's also been quite the mental coach for you. Give us a little glimpse into the conversations that you guys have had to establish this belief.
Yeah, Rick has been awesome. It's been 15 years now that I've been able to work with him. But I think as a junior, you know, you don't really know what a coach is really telling you. You're just listening to them, doing what they say. And he was able to work in kind of the mental game side and that mental game aspect into our lessons without me even knowing. You know, training me to think a certain way, training me to look at all the options, getting over shots, whatever it is mentally, you know, that you have to deal with on and off the golf course. So I've been very lucky to have him. It was very nice to have him this week. And, you know, he just knows what to say, when to say it at the right time. So I'm very thankful for him.
It's interesting in that you have your girlfriend, Catherine Zhu, who played at Pepperdine, and you talked yesterday about having her here with you and how important that has been. Because she has played collegiate golf, she's been in the throes of competition. How impactful has she been in your development?
She's been amazing. I'm so lucky I'm very lucky to have Rick. I'm very lucky to have her. You know, Kat's been by my side through it all. She would hate me if I didn't say this, but I didn't start winning in college until she showed up in my life. So thanks, Kat. But, you know, this was the first week for her to come out here, even though she wasn't really able to watch until today. You know, whenever she's there, it always just gets me away from golf. But she knows how I'm feeling after golf. Like you said, she's played collegiately. She knows what golf can kind of take a toll on you, whether it's a good or bad day. So, she's on that same swing of whether we're playing well or we're playing not well. But, yeah, I'm very lucky to have her. And, having someone at dinner makes things a lot nicer than sitting down there at the hotel by myself.
Indeed. I finally want to talk about this because you and I have talked a lot recently about goals and expectations.
I love that.
But I want to talk about your career goals. When Tiger was a young kid, he had a poster of Jack Nicklaus. Hey, I want to win 19 major championships. This is your first. Do you have a number of how many of these you want to win?
I don't think I've ever put a ceiling on anything. I've never put a limit. Yes, it'd be cool to top off that, but that's a long way to go. We're just at number one here, and I'm going to enjoy this one. But, I've never put a ceiling on anything, whether it's, in college and All-Americans and all that stuff, winning events. There's never been a ceiling. It's always what is next? What is up next? What can I win next? What can I do better? So for me and these goals, I don't think I'll ever put a goal, because if I put a set ceiling limit for one of these goals, when I reach that point, I'm going to feel satisfied. And I don't think I ever feel satisfied to its fullest. I think that's just me. I always want that next thing. So whatever that may be, I'm looking for it.
And for those at home who want a little bit more about Collin, he's not just all golf. He's got a lot of things. He's a foodie. He fosters dogs with his girlfriend, Catherine, lives in Las Vegas. I know you're going to head back there. It's going to be a heck of a party.
Safe as it could be. Once this is all over, I'm sure we're all, it's not going to be hard to get people out to Vegas.
All right, well, let's give you a congratulatory fist bump.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Collin Morikawa, the PGA of America, should be proud to have him as a champion. And, this moment, Collin, you want to bring us in here? This may be the only bogey you had all day.
Well, looking at it now, it doesn't look like I leaned too much. I just gave it a little shake. Why not get it up there above your head? But that trophy is very heavy.
Congratulations again.
You take a look at the youngest PGA champions, Gene Sarazen there in 1922. One thing to note, when you look at the modern era, starting there with Rory Mcilroy in 2012, he had already won a major championship, the U.S. Open, the previous year. Nicklaus, the same thing in 62, then winning the PGA in 63. Of course, Tiger had won the Masters in 97 and then won the PGA in 1999.
How would you assess Tiger's week?
I would say from a physical standpoint, it was good. He had speed. He looked good moving. You can tell a lot by Tiger Woods by just how he's getting around the golf course, how he tees his ball up, how he gets it out of the hole. So from that standpoint, that was a big question mark with the weather and the cooler temperatures and everything. But with the putter, it was a different story.
Yeah, it might have been the longest anybody's ever hit a golf ball with a bad back in cold conditions. He finished the week 10th in driving distance, A++ for physical. That caught me by surprise. I figured he'd be a little slower, and I figured that'd be the bigger problem this week. He had two big problems. The one was the physical, and the other was the short game coming in, and the short game wasn't there. He hit 11 bunkers this week. He only got it up and down twice. He was 16 of 27 scrambling around the greens. A large part of that was due to a balky putter.
All right, let's look ahead. Regular season finale beginning Thursday in Greensboro at the Wyndham. Jordan Spieth will play and try to find his game. Then the FedEx Cup playoffs and that big prize. And then we have this just incredible fall. The U.S. Open September, the Masters in November. You were part of the picture when Davis won in '97, PGA Championship at Winged Foot. How do you think it will play?
I think it's going to be a brutal, traditional U.S. Open. I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of when the graduated rough was kind of introduced, was at Winged Foot, where, the further you miss it offline, the deeper it gets. It's not going to be played without fans, so there's opportunities to miss it really off kilter and catch a lie. It's not going to happen at a place like Winged Foot. They've cleared out a number of trees around the property. And it's set up for just a good old-fashioned heavyweight contest.
Yeah, at one point the leaderboard on the back nine looked almost like the driving distance top 10.
Yeah.
It really did. I don't think we're going to see that at Winged Foot. I do agree. I think the fairways will be wide enough that those that rely on finding fairways can separate themselves in that regard, and I do think that the rough will pose a more significant penalty than Harding Park did.
Just want to say, well done. And this was your first full, complete week on the Live from Desk because we were cut short at the Players. My mom sent me a text and she said, Justin doing an incredible job. Love his commentary and sharp dresser. That's from my mom.
Thank you, Mama Lerner.
You were great.
The rest
So
of that,
were you.
I'm looking at it. She said, you need to pick your commentary up a little bit. You just left that out.
I had a ball. It's great to be back doing what we love to do, what we love to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. That'll do it from Harding Park.
Excellent week, gentlemen. They mentioned the upcoming events, the FedEx Cup playoffs after the Wyndham Championship. Then, of course, that U.S. Open September 17th to the 20th on Golf Channel and NBC. And, of course, the Masters, the final major of the year being conducted 10 days before Thanksgiving for the first time. Cooler temperatures, a likely longer playing Augusta National Golf Club. As opposed to the first major opportunity of the year, it will be the last